Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a springtime, summertime, easy look with the new Colourpop She's Got Solstice palette. Let me see if I can get this open. There we go. It's a 9-pan palette, really pretty colors, muted. It's got some mattes and it's got some shimmers and I think probably one foil. This one right here on the side is a foil. The rest of them are shimmers, metallics. So anyway, I'm going to be using that palette for a simple eye look today. I'm going to go ahead and do my primer, foundation, and concealer, probably eyebrows too, off camera. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done and we'll be right back with the She's Got Solstice palette. Okay, and we're back. So I went ahead and did my primer, my foundation, my concealer, and my powder just to kind of speed things up. So just a quick overview, I used my Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer. I used Colourpop No Filter Foundation, and I used, for my concealer, I used the Benefit Cakeless Concealer. And for my powder, I used my Wet n Wild Photofocus Translucent Powder. I went ahead and curled my eyelashes and I did my brows with the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. So that way we could just kind of get things sped up a little bit and go ahead and jump into the eyeshadow palette. So I'm not quite sure what kind of look I want to do today, but we're gonna go ahead and use the She's Got Solstice palette from Colourpop. It's a 9-pan palette again. I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you again. Got some pretty mattes, some shimmers, looks like one foil, and super pretty. It's just so pretty. It's so springtime. I love it. And it's kind of a neutral palette. Like, I mean, if you really think about it, it's pretty neutral. There's no like real big pops of color. So we're gonna go ahead and start with we'll start with the crease. I don't know what color I want to use. Let's use the color Nova, and that's right here. This one right here. Let's go ahead and put that in the crease, and I'm going to be using a Morphe, the name rubbed off. It's just a big fluffy brush, just real good for crease brush, for getting into your crease and kind of fluffing it out. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the color Nova from the She's Got Solstice palette. I'm going to get my brush coated in there. And I'm going to go ahead and start in the crease. And these colors are kind of muted a little bit, but since I do have fairer skin, it will show up a little better with less going back into the pan and having to reapply. So if you're around my skin tone, you can pretty much follow this tutorial to a T. If you have more olive or dark complexion, you might have to go back in or kind of switch up the colors just so they pop a little better, show up a little better. But again, just go in with the color Nova into the crease, kind of fluffing it all around. Windshield wiper motions, circular motions, just to get a good blend. Yeah, I think that looks good. So now we're gonna go in with the other eye. Get a good blend in there. Once again, using a fluffy brush. I'm using, all my brushes are Morphe. Fluffy brush, really good for the crease to kind of lay down the color, but then also blend it out, fluff it out a little bit to kind of disperse the color a little better. Heavy on that one. So what you can do anytime you ever go heavy on usually with your lay down color, so like with your crease color, you can just use another fluffy, clean brush. Just no product and kind of disperse it even more to kind of shear it out. So that's a good little tip. You can always use a clean fluffy brush if you ever get a little heavy-handed with your first lay down color. So next color we're gonna go in with, let me see. Let's see, we used Nova. Let's use, I'm trying to decide between Quasar and Earth Angel. So between this guy here and this guy here. I'm just not sure. Earth Angel just looks a little too pink. I don't know. Let's go for it. Let's use Earth Angel. And I'm gonna try to get a, now this is a Morphe JH33. So if you look at it from one side, it's kind of, you know, it looks pretty fluffy, but if you turn it this way, it's a little more flat. So that way you can have more control of your color, either this way to blend it out, or you can turn it sideways to where it's thinner to make a more precise line. So again, we're gonna go in with the color Earth Angel right here in the bottom, kind of a pinky color. That's pretty pigmented on the brush. I'm kind of nervous. So I'm gonna tap off the excess and just, I'm kind of tracing underneath where we laid our crease color and then over, kind of fluff, not even fluff, but just press like this across the lid inward. And we can see how that lays down. And one good thing is, with this whole quarantine situation, you can try new looks, and it's not like you're going anywhere. You can just wash it off if you don't like it. So, that looks kind of good. It's more pigmented on the brush than it comes off on your skin, so that's good. At least you can build it rather than trying to blend away a too concentrated color in one little spot. And again, with eyeshadow looks that you're wanting to show up, like rather than just like a neutral, like, oh, just a quick bronzer in the crease and then maybe like a little shimmer on the lid, just for, you know, a wash of color. So with things like this that you're actually wanting to show up, it's best to make sure all of your colors are blended together. That way it doesn't look like, oh, I put a pink, you know, a pink mauve color on my lid and I put another color in the crease, and it's a stark difference between the two. You want everything to blend together nicely. That way it just looks seamless and effortless, even though putting a little bit of effort into it. So we're gonna go back in with Earth Angel again on the other eye. And we're just gonna match them up. I'm really intrigued by the color Mars, and that's spelled with a Z. I'll show it to you here in just a second. I'm intrigued by the color Mars. And it's kind of a greeny, it's got a green, I mean it's green technically, but it's kind of a greeny gold color, and I think that'll look really pretty with the pinks and kind of mauves that we've chosen here. I think that'll look really pretty, especially for springtime. So if you can tell, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, this eye, I've brought the pink a little farther in. I mean, I didn't do it on purpose, but we always want our color to match, so I'm just going to go back in onto the right eye, and I'm just going to add a little more there, just so we match up. pretty even. Yeah. I think that looks pretty even, don't you guys? Yeah, I think so. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in with just a clean fluffy brush, and I'm gonna take, this is another fluffy brush. You can never have too many fluffy brushes when it comes to eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna take another clean fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna make sure that we've got a good blend up at the top between that color that we laid down for the crease and then my bare skin moving up toward the brow, just so it kind of blends together and looks nice, so I don't look like I just slapped some eyeshadow on and you're like, oh, she just put pink eyeshadow on and didn't really make it all seamless. And I usually put the word seamless when it comes to eyeshadow, seamless and effortless in the same kind of synonymous in the same category, even though seamless and effortless in the makeup realm usually don't go hand in hand, because if you want something to look seamless, it usually takes a little bit of blending and sometimes a lot of effort. So I think that looks a little better. We just kind of blended everything together with that clean fluffy brush to make everything cohesive. All right, so next I'm actually going to use my finger. Sometimes your finger is the best tool for shimmer eyeshadows, especially shimmer eyeshadows. And I'm just gonna go in that color Mars again. And as you can see, I've put it here on my ring finger. That way we won't lay down too much color, but we can always add more. So I'm just gonna take it from the inner corner in, and I'm pressing a little harder in the inner corner, and then as I come out, I'm pressing a little lighter. So it's like a diffused green into that pink. I'm really hoping that can show up on camera. Again, I film all my videos in natural lighting, just in front of windows, so I know it's a lot different than beauty lights, but I'm really hoping you guys can see that. I think that's so pretty. Can you guys see? I really hope you can. And again, just using your finger, because sometimes your finger is the best tool for a shimmer eyeshadow. I think that looks good. I'm kind of bringing it up a little bit into the crease just so it blends, but again, whenever my eye is just open and I'm looking straight ahead, I don't look like I've got green all up in my brow bone. So, I think that looks alright. Dang. One drawback of filming in natural light is whenever a cloud goes by, you kind of lose your lighting. So, but we're working with what we got. I think that looks alright. I think that looks pretty good. So we're gonna go in again to that green shade Mars, and we're gonna work the other eye to make it match up. And I'm always better at applying with my right hand than my left, so I feel like I have less control when I use my left hand, because it's not my dominant hand. I'm right-handed. I feel like I'm going to be better at it with my right hand, but again, working with what we got. That needs a little more. And I'm sorry I'm not looking straight at the camera because I have my mirror over here, so I'm not ignoring you guys, I promise. Alright, just doing the best we can to make those match up. pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna say that's probably it for shadow for the eyes today. And again, that was using the Colourpop She's Got Solstice palette. Super pretty. It just looks like, to me, this just looks ethereal and just almost calming. Like you look at it and you're like, ooh, so nice. But again, it's from Colourpop. It's a 9-pan palette. Colourpop makes great products, so I recommend Colourpop. Anything Colourpop, 100%. They just put out really good products. So next, let's go ahead and go in with bronzer, and I'm going to use my standby favorite Milani Silky Matte. And I washed all my brushes yesterday, so I feel so good because I'm using clean brushes. But we're going to go ahead and get some of that in there. Bronze up the cheeks. We'll go ahead and get everything finished up on this, so we can get our day started. The weather's supposed to be really nice today, and I'm hoping the weather's great wherever you all are watching from. So, looks pretty good. And let's get some around the forehead and the temples. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that motorcycle. My neighbor is revving his motorcycle. I don't know if he's going anywhere or if he's just starting it. But let's, oh, I guess he's not going anywhere. He turned it off. Okay. Just where the sun would naturally hit our face, just gonna bronze it up a little bit. And right here to kind of cut our jawline out a little bit. One little tip, if you ever have leftover bronzer, you can go right under here and it creates that shadow, so you kind of feel like you have a little less volume on your neck. So, all right, next let's go ahead and go in with blush, and again I'm using standby favorite Orgasm by NARS, and I'm just going to be using an angled fluffy brush, angled specifically for blush so it lays on the cheeks nicely. Again, just doing a wash of color today. I don't want to put a ton of makeup on just because, I don't know, I just feel like when it's springtime, summertime, unless you're getting like full glam going somewhere, something, you know, date night or something like that. In the spring and summer, I always just feel like if you do a lighter makeup, it just makes you look lighter, fresher, you know. That's just me personally. You can wear makeup however you want, but in the spring and summer I always just feel like a lighter look, lighter application just looks a lot more fresh. All right, so we're good with blush, and since I did use Orgasm by NARS, it does have that gold reflect in it, and it can be doubled as a highlighter, so I'm not going to be putting on a highlight today. And that's like a twofer. A little good deal with that one. All right, so next I'm gonna go ahead and tight line my eyes, my waterline, and I'm just gonna be using a black liner. You can use any black liner, it doesn't really matter. And you don't have to tight line your eyes. This is just something that I like to do. I feel like it helps my eyes show up a little better. I know you're not supposed to pull on your eye skin. I say it every time, but sometimes that's just what you gotta do. I have not been able to master the technique of putting eyeliner in my waterline without pulling it down a little bit. I just haven't been able to. And the other problem is I probably just don't practice enough, because this is easier and faster. Sometimes convenience and quickness wins. Alright, just a little color on the waterline. I don't think I'm gonna do shadow in my lash line today, just because I don't feel like it today. We're just gonna go for a lighter makeup application. So next we're just gonna go ahead and go in with mascara, and I'm gonna be using the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Bigger Batter edition. Normally it's in a black tube, this one comes in a pink tube, and just using what I have left in this. I can feel that it's almost gone, but we're gonna use this stuff to the last drop. I really do like this formula, but I think I did say in another video of mine, it was like a dupe video, one mascara that's pretty good dupe for this is the Lash Princess by Essence, and it's the False Lash Effect mascara. It's pretty good, and you can get that I think for like $4 or $5, and it's a great dupe. Alright, get some mascara on our bottom lashes. That looks like it's just about as good as it's gonna get for the mascara. Alrighty, so now, again, we didn't do highlight. Let's go ahead and just do some setting spray. Get this show on the road. I always just use a little fan, kind of give it a good dry. And what I like to do, actually, whenever I'm letting my setting spray dry, sometimes you get a concentrated, like a little of the spray. It's a pretty fine mister, but sometimes you can get one on, like on your forehead, and you can really see it. Just once it dries, you can just tell that there was a droplet there. So I just kind of press it in a little bit just with my finger. You can use a sponge, but my finger here is more accessible. And again, and I just got this on Amazon. I think it was like $6. And the setting spray that I used is the Smashbox Photo Finish setting spray. I really like this because it is weightless. But I mean, that's pretty much it today, guys. I think the look came out pretty good. Again, we used the She's Got Solstice palette from Colourpop. We used the colors. We used the color. Did we use Nova? Yes, we used Nova, which is right here. We used Earth Angel, which is right here, and we used Mars, which is right here. So these right here, here, and here is what we used to achieve this eye look today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it wasn't too long. If you did enjoy this video, please, you know, give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. And if you like the videos that you've seen so far, please consider subscribing to my channel. And I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.